Welcome back, everyone. This is Hollister MacIntyre bringing you some preseason action. All 4 games, visited all of them, watched all of them, and we're going to go ahead and recap what went down over the course of the Flyers Season 5 preseason, starting against Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay, of course, is rocking with Cole Bright, who was a fantastic rookie, and he's off to the races already here on his first possession, immediately getting things started. In the red zone, Cole Bright dropping back, touchdown, Chris Godwin. Well, that was short work for the young superstar, now in his 2nd overall year in the NFL. And out would come new starting quarterback Daniel Jones. Would we see enough from him in the preseason to confirm that he would be the starter? 2-back set on his first throw of the day, and that's caught. 3rd and 7 situation here, down 7, Danny. Gonna drop back, steps up in the pocket, and delivers a dart to Robert Woods, who gets rocked down. That's what I like to see from Daniel Jones, stepping up in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw. I thought Daniel Jones had a fantastic preseason, I'll go ahead and say it. Here he is finding Scotty Miller, who we signed as a wide receiver that we actually converted to running back, similar to the Lance Roach role. 3rd and 1, Danny dropping back. And he's got his new favorite target, I hope, Dante Pettis. Austin Belton loved throwing it to Pettis. Hopefully Pettis' production doesn't drop this year, at least not because he's worse or has a worse connection. First touchdown of the day for Daniel Jones, and that's to Mecole Hardman. Don't forget we got him on the roster as well. A really solid set of 3 wide receivers in their 2nd year together, finally gelling, hopefully healthy. And this guy on defense immediately made himself known. Arthur Love, who didn't get a whole lot of time in our last season, sat behind Jay Terry. Now in his 3rd year, contract talks are looming, and the big nose tackle needs to make something happen. And he did just that in the preseason. First look at Kai Linehan now, running read option. Kai Linehan, of course, the rookie drafted out of Utah, and we'll see if he can go ahead and be the future of this team. Of course, he was taken with the 57th pick in the NFL draft, as he's going to find his former wide receiver at Utah. That's Dylan Murdoch. And of course, he might be the steal of the draft. Now Kai rolling out. He's got speed. Picks up about 7 yards there on the scramble. Really nice few games for him. He definitely had mistakes that we want to see. Whoa, Arthur Love blowing up. Medlock in the backfield. Arthur Love just was phenomenal in this preseason. There are definitely some things we want to see Kai Linehan correct, and mainly that's the accuracies. I think as far as decision making, raw talent, okay, we see an interception there, so maybe decision making still has a little bit of room to grow. But overall, I thought he didn't look bad. Definitely a rookie. We'll see if he starts early, probably won't, as Daniel Jones we're hoping to stay starting. And how about that throw to Dylan Murdoch? Dylan Murdoch in this first game was a star. Now 1st and 10, 30 seconds left in the half. Kai Linehan gonna roll out and he'll scramble with this one. Picks up a 1st down, and now we're inside the 10-yard line. Well, we quickly find ourselves down 2 scores, and in would come Eric Devlin, his first throw of the day, and that's a beautiful throw there. It gets dropped, but you have to think that was a fantastic throw from the scrambling quarterback out of Georgia Tech. He had a phenomenal end to his season, stepping in for Belton in the divisional championship game. How about this nice throw to Justice Richards there, drafted late in the NFL draft. Now 4th and 10 for Devlin. And drop back, throw this one out, and that's caught. John Fernandez, no more TJ Hawkinson on the team. John Fernandez will step up. He might not be our starter, but he will get a lot of time. Ernie Stachelski probably will take a lot of those snaps. And here's Hugh Porter. Hugh Porter signed and free agency. We saw he was a young guy that really didn't have any interest around the league, and we liked his skill set. Signed him. He looked great in the offseason, or preseason rather. We're going to have to see more of him. How about Devlin rolling out and throwing off his back foot? A dart to John Fernandez for a 1st down there. Tari Mason now handing off to Matthew Beard. And that's a 1st down for Beard. We didn't see a whole lot of him in the preseason. Definitely saw a little bit more towards the end, but hoping to see Matthew Beard have a similar production to last year. 1st and 10 now. Tari, a nice throw under pressure, finding John Fernandez, who was really busy in this game. 3rd and 8 now. Mason in the gun. Play action. He's going to roll out. Mason throwing to the other team. Really nowhere to go with that one. Couldn't scramble for the first down and kind of just threw it up there. And Triplet will get the interception. Another chance for Atari Mason here. 2-back set. Looks like Roach and Beard. This one's going to go out, actually wide. That is caught. That's Alan Lazard, who he signed in free agency, and he was quiet most of this game. Actually would be quiet a lot of the preseason. Had some drop issues and just really never separated. Now Atari Mason using his speed. We know he's a fast guy from his days at Olympia and then Utah State. And he picks up a big gain there for a first down. Down to the 30-yard line. Just want to see if we can get a score to end the day. Mason, play action, revamped playbook here for the Flyers. Throwing this one out, a beautiful throw there. Hugh Porter almost had that one for a touchdown. Atari Mason not looking bad. Well, we would not win that one, and we would lose it, in fact, by quite a bit. So we would take on the Washington football team in our second preseason game. Of course, the preseason games are always the same. Now throwing a screen out to Scotty Miller. He's got a first down and quite a bit more. That's what we want to see out of Scotty. Get him the ball in space and let his speed and agility do the rest of the work. I think he's going to be really special out of the backfield. 1st and 10 now, throwing this one out to Ernie Stachelski, as Frank Ragnow would be shaken up on the play. But Ernie Stachelski looking really good as a vertical threat. Maybe not quite as good as TJ Hawkinson, but could be decent and definitely at a discount. Nice throw here now from Daniel Jones to Mecole Hardman. We finally got him on that streak. We've been wanting to hit him on that a few times last year and then this year as well. And Daniel Jones with a really nice throw there. How about another really nice throw? Finding Scotty Miller out of the backfield. He's got great short route running, great medium route running. He's great in the intermediate game, and I think that's something you don't see a lot out of the backfield. Now Kyle Linehan checks in the game, down 7, throwing this one on the wheel route to Kosi Mensah. Don't forget Kosi. Kosi had a phenomenal rookie year, and we hope that he can kind of replicate that success. Maybe not being quite the touchdown merchant he was, though. Start to step into more of a utility role. Now throw out here, and that is caught. Kyle Linehan kind of just punting that one up. It's brought down, and now the football team's back with the ball in their hands. And that's Justin Madubuike getting a sack there, as Justin Madubuike had a really nice preseason. Don't have all of his highlights in here, but he made a lot of really solid plays. Now Dante Pettis catching in the RPO on the slant. As Kyle Linehan, we expect to run a lot of RPO. Gotta use his legs, gotta use his good short throwing. And bam, another sack here. This time it's Kerry Webster with the sack. Webster in a contract year has to have a good preseason and regular season. We've got to see more from Kerry Webster. 3rd and 8 now for Linehan, throwing this one into triple coverage, and Dylan Murdoch darn near comes down with it. Actually, that was Atari Mason. Now Eric Devlin checking in. A little interesting switcheroos going on here. That's caught. First down for Bernie Matthews. 3rd and 6 now. Devlin in the gun. We'll see how many wide receivers we want to keep on this roster. I think Murdoch obviously is safe. Thinking at this point, Hugh Porter looking like he's going to stay. That's a question of who else is going to stay. Will Lazard make the cut? I'm not sure. 1st and 10. Devlin throwing off his back foot again. Hugh Porter. Porter is open often, and Devlin is making really tough throws. Right now, Eric Devlin's making the case for the backup spot. Now he's going to take off and run with this one. He's not the fastest in the world, but he's definitely not slow. He can move. He's mobile. 1st and goal now. Devlin, can you score? I know it doesn't matter at this point, down 49-10, but just want to see. Yes, he can. Hugh Porter, open in the back of the end zone, as he has been all preseason. And Eric Devlin delivering a nice, accurate ball means we score. So you might notice a trend here developing, and that's that the defense really just did not have a good preseason. The defense was by far our weakest link. You know, the offense wasn't fantastic at times, but the defense kept allowing a lot of yardage. And that's something that, you know, we didn't... Last year they gave up the occasional big game. But we definitely weren't used to them giving up 50 points on the regular. So game 3 now against the Chicago Bears, and you'll notice we have a little change in the playbook. It looks like coach was getting to work with the plays, and Daniel Jones taking an RPO for a nice gain there, 15 yards. A lot of motion in this playbook, a lot of backfield work. Now Jones throwing this one out. That's caught by Robert Woods for a first down, and Robert Woods finally has his jersey number changed. Number 3, a little bit more accurate for him. You'll notice a lot of jersey changes here. Pettis gets a change. Murdoch gets a change. Nicole Hardman. No more 80s. It's disgusting. Alright, now on defense for Salt Lake City after a field goal on their first drive. It's going to be a handoff here to the running back. And Arthur Love meets him in the backfield. Arthur Love continuing to put on a show in the preseason. So a chance to go up 2 scores here for Danny Dimes and the Flyers. As another motion RPO style play, throwing this one out on the crossing pattern, and that's Dante Pettis now rocking number 18, matching his real life number. And yeah, I mean, things were looking up for Salt Lake City on offense. Of course, we did end up with a field goal on both plays, as Carrier Webster making some plays late in preseason here that might get him considered for a starting position. 2nd and 9 now. See if the Flyers defense can come up big again. This one would be intercepted and brought back by Desmond Ellis all the way for 6. Ellis, a guy that we're not really sure where he fits right now. Cornerback, safety, we moved him around a little bit. Here he's playing a bit more of that nickelback set, and just a great play from him. We'll see if he stays. 1st and 10 now, rolling out. Kyle Linehan scrambling for the first down. He's got it down to the 26, as he will go in for the rest of the game actually. 3rd quarter here. Linehan throwing this one out. He's got Hugh Porter. Porter continued to impress. Across the field was when Hugh Porter made big plays happen. And you see that. In the slot, we'd run a lot of plays designed to get him open. Here he is again. He's just so hard to guard in the one-on-one. He's shifty. He's fast. He's not blinding fast. Not quite like Scotty Miller speed. But he's very shifty and good at running routes. Now Kyle Linehan taking off and running with the scramble. Picks up a first down there, and he would do it a lot with his legs. Pump fake, throwing deep. He's got his man. First down. Down to the 25-yard line. Guess who it is again? It's the star of the preseason, Hugh Porter. Now man in motion, that's Jazeer Wilbur. And this is an RPO. Throw out to Jazeer, and Jazeer kicking on the Jets. Celebrates a little, but he does get the score. And that's what we want to see out of Kyle Linehan. Lots of RPO. Let's move on to the 4th and final game of preseason. Really wanting to pick up just one win here. You know, it's not like preseason matters a ton, but it definitely can help with morale. Jordan Love finally getting his chance to start. No more Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love, is he the guy going forward? I'm not sure. Well, how about this first throw to Aaron Jones, breaking tackles, and he's down to the 10-yard line. That's not what you like to see. A little wheel route for Aaron Jones, and he finds himself open down to the 15. So a quick score there for the Packers, as Kyle Linehan would get to start today. No Daniel Jones. We've seen enough from him. How about this? Matthew Beard spinning out of a tackle and then shrugging off another one. Matthew Beard, we're really hoping to see more out of him. We just didn't. I think the scheme didn't really get him involved in this preseason. Man in motion here. Kyle Linehan gonna throw it out to him on the check down. That's Scotty Miller, and Miller just turns on the Jets. Kind of like we saw Jazeer Wilbur do at the end of last game. Really nice catch and run there. Now, motion again. This time it's going to Hugh Porter. We love hitting him on these crossing patterns out of the slot. And frankly, he rewards you for it. 3rd and 9 now. It looks like Murdoch in motion now. And we'll hit him. A lot of motion in this preseason. We're seeing guys move early and often, and we're getting them the ball in space. Let them move their legs and see what they can do with it. Well, in checks Eric Devlin as Kyle Linehan's day is done, and a nice throw there. That is caught. Dylan Murdoch, fantastic catch. 4th and 2 for Devlin. He's going to find his target there for a first down. That's Corey Crockett. We haven't heard his name called a whole lot, but we'll see if we can get him the ball. How about again, Corey Crockett? I mean, you know, we haven't heard him all preseason, but he's finally getting some targets and some catches and making something out of them. 1st and goal, down 11. Devlin, he's going to step up on the pocket and run with it, and we've seen him do that in the playoffs. He's not afraid of pressure. Down 11 again. 27 seconds left. Devlin rolling out, throwing a flag here. Man, I can't even say it. John Fernandez goes up for that one and gets it. How about Devlin in the preseason? I think we've seen enough from Eric Devlin, and it's going to be between him and Kai Linehan for that backup spot, as now Atari Mason checks into the game. A nice throw there to Bernie Matthews, who we've called his name a few times this preseason, and he would just continue to impress in this game. Man in motion here, Wilbur in the game. It's a little read option, and Atari Mason will keep it. Well, we know Atari can run. I want to see Kenny throw. You know, he spent a lot of time at wide receiver in college. He transferred around. He's an older guy. You really want him to be a good locker room presence that you can bring off the bench in a bad situation. And yeah, so far he's looking like it. 25-35. How about this throw to Justice Richards? Richards down to the 2, just about. They'll say 3. And Atari Mason continuing to have a pretty nice day here. Now Atari Mason looks like he's getting called. Moves up to the line. Oh, and it's a snap to Wilbur, end around, throw, and Atari Mason, the former wide receiver, wide open for a touchdown. You can't forget he played time at receiver in college. A nice catch there on the Philly special, and we're back within 3. Now dropping back after some motion. It's going to be throw out to Justice Richards. First down for him, a big gain there. And down to the 48-yard line. Richards a big body frame. We want to see him maybe get some targets in the red zone, as Kosi Mensah taking this one down to the 36-yard line on a nice run. Let's see, 1st and 10 now. Man in motion. It's Lance Roach. We're going to throw it out to, that's Bernie Matthews now, down to the 40-yard line, as Matthews still keeping his name on our tongue so that we know we might not cut him. Man in motion again. That's Lance Roach. And it's all a diversion. The throw goes to Bernie Matthews for the touchdown. I think Bernie Matthews is locked himself in as safe. Down 7 with 2 minutes remaining in the game. Atari Mason in a 2-minute drill live game. What is he going to do? Throw out the Lance Roach. Picks up just enough of a block from, that's Justice Richards. Again, the giant body frame of his throwing a nice block. That picks up a big gain. 1st and 10. A little RPO running out. Atari, he's got a man open. He's going to throw it off the run. Bernie Matthews, again. He's got to be over 100 yards for the day. 55 seconds remaining. 3rd and 7. Atari steps up and gets hit as he throws, and now it's a 4th down. Atari's had a fantastic day, but it comes down to this. 4th and 7, 50 seconds left. Atari takes off and runs with it, and he's got a 1st down, slides down. And we're going to have to hurry to the line. 2nd down and 10. Atari going to roll out here. He's got a target wide open. And he throws it to the wrong guy. I think Bernie Matthews was wide open, and he just unfortunately airmails that one a little bit. Gregory gets the pick. And that ends our preseason. A fantastic game in the preseason. Really liked what I saw. If we can continue this momentum into the regular season, we'll be good. And how about Atari? It was there. Just lets this one go on him a little. I think he just, I'm not sure if he thought somebody was going to cut there. And that would be it. So let's do some cuts. This is the hard part of the off season here. Or preseason, whatever. Nobody loves this part, but things have to happen. Jazir Wilbur, let's start with him. He'll be moved to the practice squad. Liked what I saw from him. Don't want to cut him, but he won't have a spot on this roster this year. At fullback, we will be rocking everyone. We're keeping TJ Woodard and Kosi. Cam Parnell, though, we didn't really see him. He's gone. Taryn White, he's gone. How about DeAndre Lowell? He might be able to be moved to the practice squad, so we'll go ahead and keep him there. Virgil Hartwell, just didn't get to see a lot of him. We'll see if he stays. Corey Crockett had a pretty nice game. That'll get him on the practice squad. Josh Greenwood as well, practice squad. And honestly, wide receiver, that's it. At tight end, we don't know exactly what we want to do just yet. Now over to offensive line. And unfortunately, a signing that I just don't think really makes sense. Dalton Long, he is gone. Jimmy Shelton, practice squad. So that leaves Connor Williams only at left tackle, protecting our blind side there. Landon Clemens, he just wasn't super impressive. He is also gone. So let's keep moving on a little bit here. And of course, Martin Weston and James Lincoln will stay. Now at edge rusher, you know, Luke Russell was somebody that we brought in potentially for a practice squad spot. And he does get just that. He will be on the practice squad. Rashawn Gary, Zach Allen, Bradley Fisher, all safe, of course. Philip Portis, we can cut him. Jabril Farr, I really liked what I saw from Jabril Farr in the preseason. I know we didn't have any clips of him. I want to keep him on the team if I can. Maybe move him over to a tackle, defensive tackle. Cole Colbert, I liked what I saw from him as well. I definitely think maybe a practice squad spot for him. How about an outside linebacker? You know, Jocelyn Hayden's been on the practice squad on and off for a few years. We're going to go ahead and move on from him. He just didn't really impress me in the preseason. Of course, we have defensive backs now. At safety, yeah, you can expect Jermaine Barnes to be gone. Really didn't see anything from him that I was impressed with. Of course, we have strong safety, Donnie Wall, Trey Harris. Donnie, I'd like to keep around on the practice squad. Not sure otherwise, though. Chad McLeod, he can go. Desmond Ellis, we're unsure of him. You know, I don't want to get rid of him, but at the same time, just didn't really see enough. He did have that one pick six, though. So moving on a little bit further. After a tough first round of cuts, Jimmy Butler will be gone as well. And I think Donnie Wall, we can move to the practice squad. Let's go ahead and do our second round of cuts now. Tied in, Xavier Grant will be gone. We have to get rid of 5 more players to make the cuts for this season. And I think we're only going to do a few more actual cuts here. Moving over to defensive back again, Desmond Ellis, we will be letting him go. Lane Terrace will be our sole backup at free safety. And that would pretty much be it. One more move, maybe Cole Colbert goes to the practice squad here. That means we have Jay Terry and Arthur Love as no tackles only. Well, we'll be trading a few other players here. Alan Lazard just had some drop issues. He makes sense for the Chargers. He's still a better option than they have at the 3. They just don't have a better guy. So we're going to trade him for a 5th. I think that's fair. And then moving on, making another trade. Darius Long, we had a logjam at cornerback, and I want to see young guys get a chance. Darius Long wasn't fantastic for us, but he was still a decent enough player. The Cowboys, they're a contending team, and he makes them a better contender. He's better than most of what they have at cornerback. How about a 3rd round pick for him? He's still a good player. And how about his year he had? I mean, he was solid. Has 2 more years for $2 million. I mean, that's so cheap. The Cowboys easily make that trade, and we offload and give us a little more depth clarity. Jeffrey O'Sullivan, you know, he had a down season. He has not been as good as his rookie year. And Kenny Durkins paired across from Chance Fortunata at Alabama. I want to see these two play together at outside linebacker. Now, Kenny Durkins is a bit more of a project. Jeffrey Sullivan's a more known quantity. You know you're getting a better player day 1 than Kenny Durkins with Jeffrey O'Sullivan. But Kenny Durkins is the better projected player, and that's why we're going to be giving up a 3rd and a 4th round as well. I know this might be a little hefty for a player that did not have as good of a year as O'Sullivan, but Kenny Durkins still has 2 years on his contract, maybe higher development level. We'll go ahead and make that trade, and that will end our preseason. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Look forward to seeing you in week 1. Have a great rest of your day.